Hello, this is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming and Glory Days Games, and as promised, this will be a tutorial for incorporating fast action cards into the regular segments of Glory Days Boxing. Now, the first thing definitely want to make clear is the fast action cards themselves are only used to determine ring general control or ring general check. Reason being is the deck of on a 2d6 roll, you can get a good degree of randomness. Plus, for a lot of the fighters too, it's not like the numbers, especially for evenly matched fighters, are going to differ very much from 1 to 6 in terms of number of ring general stars. So this allows you to bypass a dice roll segment and determine the ring general check in that fashion, and also enables you to time the action in the ring without having to use the timer on the game board. So basically what you would do after shuffling the cards, you would count out 9 per round and place them in a pile. And really, as you can see, they're dual-sided, so there's results on both sides, which will enable you to get a good variety. It gives a total of 6 combinations of every possible number, red and blue, with the dual-sided cards. So 9 cards per round, and there's enough cards. I would recommend, if you download one set, I would recommend doing enough, or sorting out enough and counting out enough for 5 rounds, then reshuffling and doing the final 5 rounds for a 10-round fight. If you wanted to, there are enough cards. It would take 90 cards to do an entire 10-round fight, and there's 108 included in the fast action PDF file. So you could do a single fight without shuffling any cards at all. Basically up to your preference, whatever you like there. So to see how these work, and again, they will not replace the action rolls for the offensive, defensive actions, knockout checks, etc. So just a way, again, to get 9 less dice rolls per round and still keep the action flowing at a decent clip. So for our sample fighters, we will use Dwayne Bobbitt and Teofilo Stevenson, 2 old adversaries from the amateur ranks. Bobbitt holds an upset win over Stevenson in the Pan Am Games, and Stevenson pretty much dominated Bobbitt outside of that, including Olympic victory. So these will be our 2, and this is how it works. So starting around, red 4, blue 4. So it's outside 1 star for Bobbitt, no stars for Stevenson. Bobbitt in control. And 14 from the outside, that is going to be 1-2 with an uppercut. 3 punches land and a possible knockdown. So right away, Bobbitt comes out and jumps Stevenson, and Stevenson survives the knockdown. Go to the next segment. And again, no need to use the timer because the cards determine that. And also what you're looking at is a prototype of the enhanced game board, which I'll talk about at the end of this. So Bobbitt has momentum, and I'll actually use this to show that. So on to segment 2, and dual 1s for each fighter, inside 1 star each, so they're going to exchange. Bobbitt goes first with momentum. 16 from the inside, another 3 punches get through for Bobbitt. Stevenson fires back, and 95, oh, it would have been a potential knockdown, but instead it's going to be a foul check. And a 2, and that is within Stevenson's foul rating. So he's going to get a punch landed for that, and also be charged with a low blow. So warning for low blow. On to the next segment. 1 and a 6, red 1, blue 6. So 2 stars inside, Stevenson takes control. He is on offense, Bobbitt on defense. 43 from the inside, rapid fire jabs connect, 2 punches landed. And 9, and no knockdown there. Bobbitt's defensive roll. 16, no action. On to the next segment. Red 4, blue 1. So 1 star to 1 star. They're going to exchange punches from the inside. Stevenson goes first this time as he had momentum, and combo lands behind a jab. 3 punches get through. Bobbitt fires back. 38 from the inside, a punishing cross, follows a jab, 2 punches get through, and another possible knockdown. Chin check for Stevenson, 2 or less, he's down, he is okay. On to the next segment. And another red 4 and blue 5. So outside 1 star to outside 2 stars, Stevenson back in control. And from the outside, 13, heavy rights and lefts land, 4 punches get through for Teofilo. Bobic's defensive check, 15, no effect there. On to the next segment, red 3, blue 5. So that is going to be 2 stars to 2 stars. They're going to exchange blows from the outside. Stevenson goes first, 47, rapid fire jabs connect, 2 punches land for Stevenson. Bobic fires back. 0-4 from the outside, lands heavy rights and lefts, 4 punches get through for Dwayne. Next segment, going to be no stars for Bobic, 2 for Stevenson from the inside. Bobic on defense, 12. And from the inside, heavy rights and lefts land, 4 punches land, and a possible knockdown. Bobic's chin check, he is a 4, and Bobic shakes that off. 2 segments left in the round, or 40 seconds, and it's going to be double 4s. So outside, 1 star to no stars, Bobic in control. Stevenson on defense, 0-3, and they're landing some heavy blows right now. 4 more punches land for Bobic and another possible knockdown. Stevenson on the chin check, shakes it off. Last segment of the round. Good action round here, 6 and a 1, so no stars for Bobic, and 1 star for Stevenson from the inside. Stevenson in control to finish the round. And heavy action in this round. Heavy rights and lefts land again. That puts Stevenson up to 20. And Bobic's defensive check, and he's going to let them all go through, and that is the end of the round. So simple as that. 9 cards, 1 for each segment of the round. And actually, I wish I was doing this as a real fight. That was a hell of a round. 20 punches land for Stevenson, 16 for Bobic, so they came out throwing leather. And I don't think anyone missed that first round in terms of punches landed. So that's basically it. And you would just repeat the process. And again, used only to determine the ring general check. But pretty simple. And as you can see, it doesn't really slow the game down at all. Flows pretty well still. So that is the fast action cards. So quick tutorial on that. Now the charts, and the fast action cards, I do have PDFs uploaded for these on both the Sideline Strategy website under Glory Days Boxing Resources. There is also a PDF file of these cards uploaded on the Facebook Glory Days Boxing group page, so you could get those from either place, and again, free download. I did, just as a aside, because I was having some more heavyweight fighter cards printed, I had my printer do a limited print run of 20 sets of the fast action cards. I still have to get them all sorted out. They didn't collate them for me, unfortunately. I believe I mentioned that, but it just didn't happen, so I'm going to have to collate them myself, so that will take a little bit. But once that's done, the printed sets, again, only 20 copies of those, and going to make those available, basically just covering my cost. Printing on these with printing, fees, and shipping all inclusive, because I can ship these in a flat rate envelope, bubble envelope. So it'll be an all-inclusive charge if you want to order a printed set of the fast action cards. That will be $15, and again, that includes shipping. So all in one fee there. And again, only 20 sets available for the printed version. Not going to do any more after this, just kind of threw these out there as a promo, and again, just basically selling these to cover the cost of printing, shipping, and card fees and whatnot. So there you have it, and they'll be also, once they're sorted, I'll have Joe put a link up on the Glory Days Boxing site and on Sideline Strategy, and also keep you apprised as to how many sets are left. And again, this is only an option. Some people like to incorporate fast action cards, don't like to roll the dice as much, and over a 10-round fight, this would basically save you 90 dice rolls, because you're rolling, of course, 1d6s or 2d6s 9 times per round. So, and you can see again from the demo, it really doesn't affect the flow of the gameplay or slow anything down at all. So just another option, and not going to do fast action cards for the punches landed or the chin checks, cut checks, etc. And reason for that, as I mentioned in the post on the Delphi forums, it would take an exorbitant amount of cards to get what I feel would be a legitimate or acceptable degree of variety in terms of the random numbers. You know, if I had landed or had included the 0 to 99 numbers in this set, basically you'd be getting one random number no more than twice, and that doesn't really provide one, variety, two, the unexpected, and three, most important to me, is accurate results. So that's why it is only for the ring general check. But there you have it. Thanks for watching. We will be doing have a somewhat busy weekend. Probably going to get in a fight early tomorrow morning in the Glory Days Boxing Career Universe I'm doing. And then after that, we have some football, currently spring football going on here. We have a passing league tournament in the afternoon, which will take me through the evening, and Sunday is devoted to the grandkids. So probably only one fight up this weekend. And touching on the charts, I have been designing, or I designed some enhanced game charts. I really had hoped to work more on these prior to release, but just a lot going on there. Just getting the game out didn't happen. But I've had actually 3 or 4 people testing these, have gotten good feedback, so I'm just going to go over them real quick. Really no changes per se. It's going to be a little bit bigger, and you can see the chips here. It's spaced out, so it's a lot less crowded, I guess you can say, keeping score. I did add these momentum arrows as a caveat, again, to make it easier to track momentum, so you don't have to keep it in your head. And of course you still can, or you can just add, as I did here, another token to indicate who has momentum. Totally up to you. Just threw that on there for those that want to use it. Revamped the timer a little bit, moved it down. Made it a little bigger as well, and added actual, instead of segments 1 through 9, added 3 minutes, 240, 220, etc. Scoring, no changes at all there. Cut swelling chart for stoppages, 0 changes there as well. And stoppage time, just a little bit more variety there. You would still roll a 1d6, but you can see with more space on the main game board, I added some variety in terms of the time. So previously it was odd even. On these enhanced charts, there's 3 different results under each segment. So segment 3, you roll a 6, it's 56 seconds. 2 is 41, a 4 is 49, etc., etc. So a little more variety in terms of stoppage times, and no change at all to the DQ chart. The other piece, and I took, as you can see, the random events are moved from this. One thing that I wanted to improve upon is the occurrence of rare events, meaning the injuries, the crazy stuff. So we'll talk about those real quick. For the regular event chart, first of all, 10 to 99, when you roll an event off the fighter's card, 10 to 99 will be a normal event. This can be a variety of things. And there's some new things on here too, which just adds a little more, again, variety and I think fun to the action. Here, for example, fighter goes to the canvas avoiding wild hook, rule to slip, no punches land, go to next segment. Fighter spits out mouthpiece, that's new. No action this segment as referee has corner, retrieve it. Some of the things are here that existed on the current event chart. Fighters continue to brawl after the bell sounds, both giving warnings as an example. Still have your toe-to-toe exchanges. Still have the rally events where fighter losing outscores his opponent 5 punches to 1. Fighter ahead outscores 5 punches to 1. And then some rarer regular additions here from 90 to 99. Added some events that, actually, I'm sorry, from 86 to 99, added some events that affect scoring for a round or segment. So examples there, both fighters get cautious, -1 to all punches landed for both for the rest of the round. Conversely, both fighters turn it up, +1, all punches landed for both for the rest of the round. And then some other things. Fighter gets defensive, blocks 1 punch on all defensive checks on a roll of 1 to 10 rest of the round, so that widens the defensive range. Things get personal. +2 to both fighters' foul rating on all foul checks the rest of the round, so some dirty stuff going on there. Fighters let loose, +1 to power, +2 to chin KO rating for both in the next segment. So again, just added some things to spice it up there a little bit extra. 10 to 11 event, this is a big one. Caution to the wind, +2 to power, +3 to own chin KO rating, +2 to opponent's chin KO rating for the rest of the round. So those are examples of some of the new things added to the normal event chart. And now to get a rare event, you have to roll a 0 to 9. So there's only a 10% chance of getting a rare event after you roll an event check on the fighter's card. And examples of some things added to the rare event chart. You still have all your injuries. Some additional things, and again, this is only getting to the rare event chart. This is only a 1% chance, but fighter suffered head injury in prior bout, knocked out by a light right cross, out 1 year, which you would use if you're doing any type of career or ongoing simulation, universe, whatever you want to call that. Normal injuries, there's a simultaneous knockout chance there. Some other new things added to the rare events: unintentional thumb to opponent's eye, doctor stops fight, no contest, 4 rounds or less, go to cards 5 rounds or more. Corner, fighter losing a round, throws in the towel, TKO win for high fighter, and if they're tied in punches landed, it's a clinch. Another fun one, referee is hit trying to break clinch, must be replaced with a new referee, and this would be if you're using the optional officials, of course, that come with the game. This is the Aaron Pryor rare event, another new one. 2% chance of this happening if you get to the rare event chart. Mysterious bottle given to the loser of this round gains 15 stamina heading into the next round. Fighters go at it, crowd erupts as both land 6 punches this segment, do power checks for both. And that would still, of course, be dictated by momentum, so you wouldn't have a double knockout there or knockdown chance. Fighter with highest power drops opponent. Long count, fighter up at 12, fight continues. So that is the Dempsey-Tunney event, and 1% chance of that happening. Rowdy crowd, I call this my homeland, or the English boxing hooligan event. Roll a 1 die 6. Bottle hits red corner 1 to 2, blue corner 3 to 4, miss 5 to 6. If a fighter is hit, he is injured, can't go on, fight rule, no contest. Another 1% chance, ring collapses, fight, and the rest of the card canceled. Another Dempsey homage here. This is the Furpo event. Wild Haymaker knocks opponent through the ropes. Check KO rating +3. There's actually a 4% chance of that happening if a rare event comes in. Winning fighter, and not boxing but MMA related, I guess, the Anderson Silva event. Winning fighter gets cocky, hands down, walks into a vicious hook, check KO rating +1. The injury was already there. TKO already there. Both fighters fall through the ropes and clinch, check will for both. TKO if one fails, no contest if both fail, meaning they got injured falling through the ropes. Corner brawl was there. Fan storming the ring was there. DQ was there. This is the Panama Al Brown Luis Resto rare event. 1% chance of this happening if a rare event comes up. At the end of the fight, referee notices padding removed from the winner's gloves. Turns into a DQ loss. Another Dempsey event, and this relates to rumors that surrounded his title-winning effort against Jess Willard. Fighter applied plaster to hand wraps pre-fight. For the rest of the fight, double opponent's cut rating. meaning, of course, as he did with Willard, busted his face up quite nicely. And again, only a rumor. We also have the no moss rule here, 3% chance of that, Roberto Duran. Fighter losing round on punch totals, gets frustrated and quits, TKO for opponent. And finally, everyone's favorite, a 1% chance of this happening. Fighter frustrated in clinch, bites opponent's ear, immediately disqualified, and we don't have to go into detail about who that is related to. So there you have it. That is the enhanced charts. I'll be doing some more testing, but I'll release those. They will also be a free download via PDF, and I also will get some printed copies made, and what I'm going to do with those is once the lightweight set is released, if you want a printed version of the enhanced game board, I will include that as part of the lightweight fighter release. So there'll be, again, just an extra throw in there. No additional charge for those. You just pay for the lightweight fighter set. And then, of course, in print run production going forward, actually still have 5 games to sell from the initial print run, but after that, these charts will be included in the base game as well. So there you have it, a look at current and upcoming things for Glory Days Boxing. And again, appreciate all the feedback on the game and all comments, suggestions, questions. Again, really appreciate what I'm hearing back from the community on the game, and again, we'll continue to look to improve this and make this a evolving and always hopefully fun game for you to play. So there you have it, fast action cards, future enhanced charts, and that's about it. And lightweight set, probably I'm hoping, knock on wood, to get that done in about a month. So as we get closer, I'll have some previews of that. We have already seen a preview fight between Alexis Arguello and Hector Macho Camacho. So we'll have more of the lightweights, preview some more fighters as that time gets closer. And again, shooting for a month, could be up to 6 weeks, so it depends on how rating goes. I'm about almost 25% done rating the lightweights at this time. So thanks for watching, and as always, keep rolling for that knockout, and we will see you tomorrow morning with another fight in the Glory Days Boxing Career League universe. Have a good night, everyone. Happy Friday to you.